Welcome back to the channel. In today's vlog, we are in Jersey City with a marketing agency client. This is one of my last agency shoots in New Jersey before relocating down to Georgia. If you're new to the channel, my name is Andrew. I'm a freelance videographer, formerly based out of South Jersey and recently relocated to Athens, Georgia. This particular client I've been working with for the last 3 years with the agency. They were my first client and it was their first agency shoot when I came on board. And I've been back 3 times in as many years to help them create content for their channels and social media presence. They recently opened up a second location, so we were documenting that as well as interviewing their providers and getting B-roll footage and everything that we needed to do as usual. These guys are always fun to work with. They always bring high energy. There's always tons to do with them. They hold a very special place in my heart. I love working with them, and it's always a great time. So one of the things I noticed that I do differently on this shoot than a variety of other freelance filmmakers is my use of prime lenses versus zoom lenses. A lot of freelancers like to use zoom lenses to make sure they never miss a moment when they're collecting B-roll, and I still do that, but I prefer the image quality of my prime lenses. And in fact, here I'm picking out the correct step-up ring to put my VND on there so I could go outside and capture the exterior of the building. So these are the prime lenses that I'm using with the Lumix GH6. It's a 25mm, a 9mm, and a 42.5mm, which is a full frame equivalent of 50, 18, and 85. I still have a zoom lens for the S5 II as my A cam, and I still have a zoom lens for the GH6 as my B cam. But the majority of the time I am using prime lenses for the B cam because I prefer the image quality. Let me know what you guys prefer down in the comments, primes or zooms. Just always wind up taking over the corners or rooms or whatever when I'm on these shoots. One thing I like about doing shoots in New Jersey is that I can stop for Wawa coffee. It's definitely something that I miss when I'm on these out-of-state shoots, but when I'm home in New Jersey, always stopping for Wawa coffee to help get me through a shoot day. Typically, these agency jobs usually are 2 days of on-site filming, but with this one, because we needed to fit in some filming for that new location, we wound up being there, or I wound up being there for 3 days. 2 days at their primary location and a third day at their second location where we conducted B-roll footage, interviews, and all the things that we typically do for the agency clients. So on one of my last jobs, I was having an issue with the S5 IIX here where it would not write to the memory card in the middle of an interview. So it was recording, everything was fine. And then after about 2 or 3 minutes of filming, it just stopped. And it was really frustrating and really problematic. But one of the other problems I encountered on that shoot was that I noticed that only one of my Rode Wireless Go's was set up to automatically record a backup file to the transmitter. The other one was set to record it when there was a button press, and I would always forget to press the button prior to filming someone to get that backup recording initiated. So now I went into the Rode Central app on the desktop and I set both transmitters to automatically record an audio backup just in case I ever run into any signal dropout from the mic or run into any sort of issues with the camera like that where the audio can't be automatically recorded into the camera, the video file on camera. So far I haven't had any issues with the camera on this gig, but I figured it couldn't hurt to have backups of backups. So we'll see how the rest of the day goes. I know I talked about these Bumblebee lav concealers in the first vlog I used them with, but have been using them ever since, and they've been great. Also, shout out to Creative. Their little pouch has been a great audio pouch for me. All right, so we're finally wrapped here in North Jersey. It was a long 3 days. I did not get as much behind the scenes content as I was hoping for, so this is probably a shorter vlog. But that said,
in about 2 miles, take exit 137 onto Route 28 toward Roselle Park.
Siri, messing with my flow. all things considered, I think that was a very successful shoot. This place, as I may have mentioned before, holds a very special place in my heart. This particular client was the first client that I shot for this agency marketing tee. And it's always a pleasure to go back there. We're always, working on new things, trying out new methods of content and ideation, working out the kinks. And it's been really fun to actually see their staff grow and change and evolve and get more comfortable with this whole content creation process. So I'm excited for them. They're always a joy to be around. And yeah. Wanted to close this video out with some footage that I took on a recent trip down to Athens before we officially moved here. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, my wife and I now live in Georgia and not New Jersey. And if you missed the vlog where I talked about it, essentially Hannah got an amazing opportunity to pursue a PhD program at the University of Georgia that we could not turn down. And I have decided that while we are here, I'm going to be stepping back from freelancing and pursuing more full-time work to help better provide for us during this new chapter and this transitionary period. We're both very excited for the opportunity. As of this edit, we've been here for about a week now and we are loving it so far. So I plan to share more about that experience with you guys in future vlogs. I've still got a few behind the scenes vlogs to post, so there's still plenty of freelancing goodness to come. But in the meantime, enjoy my attempt at a sunset time lapse from our hotel room this summer. I'm not very good at them, but I think this one came out pretty good. And I like the plain trail that comes across the sky. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.